X is very, very limited. Like this hero needs to have this specific condition in order to win the game. But like against this Faceless Void, I know it is a very strong laner with this X and Phoenix. It's like these two heroes combo is like just insane. But I'm sure if Nigma managed to just go like average in the laning, like Miracle has his Satanic, this X won't be doing anything.
And that's a build that Miracle's been going for quite a lot, right? Like Tassan, Yashi into Satanic, just pure status resist. And that's what we've seen quite a few times why Axe has fallen out of favor, right? Is because that Berserker's Call does get reduced quite a lot by that status resist.
A little surprised that the Rubik didn't come out in the first phase. Both teams really liking it. I feel like it fits GH's playstyle fantastically, and we've talked at length as well about how Insania can play it at a really high level. Same thing with Tiger. I think it's still fine for either of them to pick it up, honestly. You know, you want to be able to steal Chronosphere, maybe get it onto the backline, stop the Snapfire, Mortimer's Kisses, steal a Sunray if you're playing it on Nigma's side. I think it's perfectly viable still.
That Nigma wants to just counter like 100% in the Liquid's like a safe lane. That's why they just probably open with the RMN here with the Snapfire. I think GH doesn't really play this. RMN usually plays
It's normally RMN, yeah.
I think Mind Control's played it a few times as well. Across from what
yeah, the vast majority it's RMN.
It's been RMN, yeah. And he's been playing it extremely well as well, so.
Yeah, so by like Nigma doing this, I think they're gonna be able to see like both of these like Liquid supports and carry hero, so they can react like one by one.
Yeah, and I think it depends how aggressive Nigma want to take this in the laning stage as well. Larry, you mentioned how Axe and Phoenix can be a very difficult lane for Faceless Void, but it's got these like peaks and troughs basically, where if you've got the Fiery Spirits, very strong. If you don't, very weak. And so you can actually use the Snapfire Cookie to be that gap close, to be that stun, and get some good damage in onto the Phoenix early on.
Would you imagine this ban's going to be something like an Invoker, right?
I would say so.
Yep.
I think it's very reasonable to just
I really feel like Nigma has to ban Scarlet Mage. I think Liquid can do in the safe lane and the position 5 and just do Scarlet Mage and Axe. It's like a lot more skill.
Yeah.
Infinity. Yeah. Like,
yeah, they've got that flexibility with the Phoenix as well. Tiger plays it as well as Insania, so I think it's totally fine to have that. I mean, we haven't been super convinced by the Sky, though. I guess it's really good against the Faceless Void. You force him to go into, you know, we talked about the status resistance. You might force him to go away from that a little bit, forcing him into the Manta style and things of that nature.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Oracle.
Oh, okay.
So I think they're just running it as a position.
Yeah, that's pretty standard. I mean, you more often see it on the Radiant side just because of how good Tiger is at stacking up camps. We even saw it yesterday in the series against Mud Golems. He was getting triple stacks off left, right, and center with his Shadow Demon, so doing a good job there. Not quite as easy on the Dire side if you're running in that position for.
5 seconds left.
But like even like X once he has this Vanguard, like he'll be able to just. And as long as Phoenix is like stacking the Ancient and the upper camp at the bottom side.
Yeah.
I think, I think they're fine. Yeah.
They should be okay. I mean, the thing is with Axe, you do need to be playing from ahead. You know, it's not a good comeback mechanic hero. You just need to be this beefy snowbally type of hero. And Phoenix and Oracle do support that, but also they just don't really do anything damage-wise in the.
And that's what we saw in the Liquid Game 3 yesterday. They're playing on the timer. I have a same feeling. It's exactly the same feeling with this, how they're drafting right now.
And Nigma have banned out the Spectre, so they're just saying, look, it's probably the biggest counter that you could have possibly had for us. Yeah.
I like Clockwork.
Yeah, able to gap close between the Phoenix and the Oracle.
Make good against all these 3 heroes.
Take them out of the fight entirely. Not mind it at all. And
well, what are the carry heroes that we're thinking then for Team Liquid now, right? Because most of the time when we see Liquid's draft, they do leave Cloakfist hero for the last, and I'm sure this is going to be Mickey's hero right now. What's left open that's a good hero against Faceless Void and Clockwork, and even Snapfire to an extent?
That's the thing, like, it looks really difficult to pick Mika's hero because he can't just think about the lane, but he has to also think about like what he needs to do like in the mid and late game. If he wants to just dominate the lane, probably like
I want to say like a Leshrac come out here. Morphling. Okay, I mean it's good late game. I was thinking less just because it gives them more of that early game presence. The way that you fight the Void is you absolutely dumpster him in lane, which they've got the potential to, or you just push him before he gets his key touch. That's the way to go about doing it. A lot of people are like, oh, just pick a Wraith King. He can't chrono you twice, but Wraith King just sucks. So you got to give something else that's able to nullify the big strength
I
point.
think that player just disconnected.
What do you think, QI? I could see your brain was turning a little bit there with that Morphling.
Yeah, like I don't really like Morphling pick with the X. Morphling X just seems like you have to utilize Morphling to actually just be involved in the team fight and fight with him to burst him down. But yeah, I think Nigma can just like stay chill. If it goes 30 minutes, 35 minutes, I just think there are any options.
Yeah, and we were right in the fact that it would be the Weehai hero coming out now at this stage. Mind Control is very comfortable with having that last pick, even though you have the potential to be counted. We were thinking it might have been the Invoker, but Zeus just as viable, right? You've got this Faceless Void who wants to be in on the front lines. You've got the Clockwork who's going to be doing the same sort of thing. And if you're able to get these smoke ganks up, we've seen so many times where you just use your Thunder God's Wrath for the scouting, and then it's up to GH. Like, who do you want to initiate in on? You've got free choice.
A little surprised how they didn't pick off lane here though.
Really?
They almost always leave.
Yeah, they do it, but like I just don't like it because they already see this Morphling like Oracle, and like they can easily pick a Clockwork +1 hero to actually punish this lane. But now it's all gonna get banned. Like 2 heroes that they feel annoyed about is going to be banned. And with Weehai's hero, I'm sure he has like other mid lane hero that he can just solve out like this problem. Even that, like, by seeing that tiny like roam like from 6 minutes 7 minutes, he can probably bring up this like Shadow Fiend, like first item Boots of Travel, and Shadow Blade, the old build.
I want to see Liquid pick Doom. I think you're going to have a rough time in the laning stage, but it gives you some potential to again be in on those front lines, good against the Zeus, good against the Void, and it's going to enable the Axe and Morphling to have more of a presence.
Doom is always a problem solver, I think. Like
and it's a Quake hero, and like Nigma have banned out a ton of his heroes, right? Lycan's gone, TA's gone, Broodmother's gone, Storm's gone, Lone Druid's gone. So.
Are you worried about Nigma picking the Doom here though? Because they've got the first pick, it's still unbanned. It's not been pretty good for Mind Control.
I like it. Like, why not? Like, you're versing against Morphling, it doesn't seem like that strong in the lane. You have Clockwork next to, like, you probably can absorb damage together with like a lot of HP and armors.
Yeah, and it would take a little bit of pressure off of the Axe to just go a straight Blink Dagger as well. You want to be able to build up to be a tiny bit more tanky before then. Maybe even going a Pipe or something along those lines, considering you're up against a Zeus and a Snapfire. So I think it would be pick up.
What else are we thinking?
I'm surprised like Doom is actually not contested until this phase.
Well, I'm surprised the Rubik hasn't been touched either.
Yeah,
that's a big thing for me. Is in those games where Team Liquid look hot is when Insania is playing Rubik. So maybe trying to move themselves away, trying to not rely on it as much. You know, like trying to not create it as this crux hero that they just sit back on and teams can counter around. You know, what's Nigma gonna pick up here?
Lina position or
MC Snapfire? MC Zeus? It's still open. I mean, that's the good part of it, right? Like, I'm thinking about, yeah, I would too, but
10 seconds.
There's a lot of burst potential in that lane. If they get a cookie stun onto Mickey before he gets a shift off, he dies every single time.
I suppose you could put the faith in GH, right? I was like, okay, they're going to need something that's going to help a little bit more with the initiation front. You don't want to put it all onto this Clockwork, but I guess it's okay considering you've got the Zeus ultimate to give the bit, so it's going to be a little bit easier. And I mean, it could just. Could even be a Clockwork. No, it could be a Clockwork 5. Message coming out.
Okay. Hero Pog, but unfortunately, Marty Bellon's picked that up very, very early on. So we're gonna have a Quifa mid Visage.
And now I think like original plan.
What's Mind Control playing then?
Clock maybe?
I think GH has to play Clockwork, and like it was either Mind Control thinking about playing Lina.
Yeah, Mind Control Lina.
Yeah, but
okay.
I don't know. Like I just feel like they had to change the role, like putting Lina mid against Visage instead of Zeus.
Well, don't they both still struggle against that mid Visage? Sure?
Lina's okay. Lina has like a good attack, like harass, good push.
They might just change things up, right? Like as soon as Koikva hits level 6, Zeus basically just needs to get out of lane. So maybe they're going to rotate Mind Control into the mid lane because it is a little bit safer to farm with that Lina. Just keep the wave pushed out and reduce some of that tower taking threat.
Alright, that's what we're thinking for predictions here. It's game number 1 between Nigma and Team Liquid. The GG bet odds are favouring Nigma as well here, just so you guys are aware.
Even with this Luna pick, I'm still going to go with Nigma. I've got a lot of faith in Miracle's Faceless Void, and I feel like Liquid might be trying to be a little bit too passive. The Visage kind of solves that with being a bit more aggressive, but I think Nigma's still going to get it across the line.
What about you, QO, before we head it over?
Yeah, I think I have to go with Liquid. Like, I think if they get all this advantage in 5 minutes, 30 minutes, probably just run them over. This X is gonna...
All right, I'm sure you guys are super excited to see Nigma versus Team Liquid, and I'm sure you guys are super excited to hear the boys one more time. It's going to be OD Pixel and Fogged.
Fortune and glory await!
With a Void opening and a lineup that has a lot of things to throw into that Chronosphere. Liquid, on the other hand, they still...
Denied. 30 seconds to battle!
Да, интересненько вот нас проанализировать.
That's all it takes to kill you? This can't be good.
When the horn blows, the blood flows.
Смотрю, под вышечкой стоит, регенится.
All that and even pick up his items here. Gonna be able to pick and choose which go for it. If he wants to just finish with a full stick, I think he almost has the gold for it. Okay, he just gets the full Wraith then. That's gonna be real nice to start with that.
Yeah, I mean that's this bottom lane now. I mean already. I mean how much of a difficult lane is this for the Void? Would you say trying to lane against this Axe and Phoenix? Because it does seem like a strong duo that Liquid do have down there.
Yeah, it does. It gets pretty strong. Battle Hunger plus Fire Spirits. You can't last and remove the Battle Hunger a lot of the time, so it definitely can be pretty threatening. But the Wraith Band's gonna kick him off to a good start here.
Right, and then on the other side of the map up top, Mickey, it's going to be backed up by Insania's Oracle. Lane against this sort of clock Lena lane. I mean, is this a lane where Mickey's going to struggle?
He's really going to struggle. I don't really see how he walks up too well versus this. This is an extremely strong lane that Nigma did go and put themselves in. I love this actual setup here. I think it completely shuts down the Oracle and the Morphling, actually. He has to pretty much just farm under his tower when it does push in. So it's all going to be about those lane pulls on Insania. Yeah, this is a very good Clockwork game when I'm looking at the entirety of it. There's only really like 2 heroes, like actually really the one hero that he doesn't like to go on too much, or probably that hardest one. Morphling he can go on, it's a little hard to actually just keep him in, but looks like a very good game for GH. He's able to get the ball rolling as this clock.
And then the mid lane matchup, Weeheart on his Zeus, having to deal with this. Actually, I get in underneath the tower here. Tiger is turning.
They got their level 2 first. They tried to instantly go on Taiga. Didn't get the bash RNG though.
Yeah, with these creeps underneath the tower, Liquid will have the level 2s ready for the next time Nigma do try and make that move.
Armed, maybe he has to be a little careful of his positioning.
Boxy's going to try and run him down a little bit. It's turning his attention over towards Miracle, just trying to keep them off the creep wave. Bash is coming in. Miracle still has the salve, good to go. And he feels necessary to pop it, and will do so. Iron Man just continuing to take these constant battle hungers being thrown out by Boxy. Looking for the pullover, but Tiger able to interrupt it in time, make sure that the lane's still held in a good place for Boxy.
they're slowing Miracle down quite a bit. He's actually gone through all of his regen. RMN, he had 5 tangos, all gone too. So yeah, this bottom pressure lane is also slowing down the Farmer's Miracle. Same thing as top. So some similar situations happening on both sides. And we're seeing mid. It's kind of just, for the most part, a trade farm lane until that level 6 hits, and then Koifa just takes over.
Sure, well, at that point, is it just a case of we are... Like what do you do as a Zeus once the familiars are out?
Call for help.
Yeah.
Get a +1 or make a move to a different lane. Armin actually gets the neutral deny on bottom. They try to commit for him very far. And that's going to give Miracle some free last hits under tower. RMN pulling them.
Yeah, Miracle has had about 3 range creeps as well that were prepped for him down there. So the easy last hits and the solo XP. The second wave coming in. Happy with that. I was seeing on the top CS, 17 for 7 on mind control against
10 and 1 on Mickey.
Yeah, I mean, when does this sort of become any better for Mickey, or does the lane just it doesn't until he's got the items to go jungle?
It's mostly like around like a level 5 even for this lane. It's a little harder. Usually it's a level 3 where you start getting that secured farm, but with a Clockwork and this Lina, this is some of the most threatening 2 heroes that you can have as a Morphling with like the backup of an Oracle. Oracle gets caught outside, just dead. Mission's around 4-minute rune. GH got boots. He's speedy, and Koifa's only 255. He's actually getting on.
Try and run down Koifa, and Koifa is into the trees. GH is in range for more battery assault procs. He's not. Koifa's able to get away.
Invisibility.
He will live, but GH just trying to keep him forced back. Koifa's getting very close to the level 6. Bottom lane, Miracle and RMN. They'll turn on to Tiger. And with a good cookie play in the blast, they've got that burst and set up for Miracle to get in and get a few bashes off early. And also, well, of course, with the early 1 point in time dilation to help for these sort of kills.
Been seeing him do this a lot. I actually am always a big fan of seeing the 1 point in time dilation in lane phase. It also even stops counter helix, if people didn't know that one, if you get it in time.
Okay. Boxy, Tiger.
That's in, Tiger.
He's stuck. I mean, he dove in an attempt to draw them away from Boxy, but he also dove in to die.
Oof, and that's back-to-back deaths for your 4 position. No TP to get back out to lanes. He's going to be slowed down a lot. And GH is already getting a hell of a start here on this Clockwork. As we said, this is going to be like such a good game for a Clock to go around and make all these plays. Already off to this start.
Moves out are giving Liquid some more room for Mickey. He's with GH making the rounds around the map. Able to start catching up a little bit.
Just a little bit. They still have to get the lane in a better position, because still the harassment, it always comes onto the Morphling from the Lina. Just the distance that you can hit him from, distance you can nuke. Bottom Boxy, GH again.
Setting up these kills. Tiger, he dove in for this.
They might just get him too.
They're having the tower throw, they're thinking about doing so. They are a little low though, and GH, plus the Fairy Fire actually ends up ticking down to the Spirits. I mean, you can see it there. They got very excited when they saw Tiger use that dive. They're like, oh my goodness, we can kill him as well. I mean, they couldn't. He was behind the tower. Tiger's able to live and actually pick up a kill for himself.
He finishes up, I believe, does he have his Tranquil Boots pretty much done now on Tiger? So he's actually going to get his Tranquil Boots faster than GH is, it looks like. So that'll be pretty nice for him. And GH buys them too. So yeah, 4 positions matching. But like we said, GH can pose a lot more kill threats. That was much needed experience though for Tiger. Getting that kill, he actually's all the way up to 4.5 already.
Yeah, that's quite the burst considering he's been out of the lane twice already. It's a very nice bit of XP.
A bit surprising. Top, they're trying to punish mind control, but it's still just scary for Insania. He doesn't see where GH is on the map. If they look to make an aggressive play, they might just get turned on. Especially now that there's Weehaw also available to TP, and Weehaw might want to start TPing soon because of how annoying this mid lane is. Yeah,
Koifa is going to be able to play aggressive now. He's hit the 6. His familiars turned on to Weehaw anytime he steps forward. In the jungle, GH found Insania. Managed to trap him. Has he got enough damage with the battery assault? It's getting close, but the familiars will head across, and now Insania, he's able to turn with the help of Koifa, but no damage. Weehaw actually makes the count again. He heads up to help out GH, and Insania is taken down by a few lightning bolts. Can he farm these? Not quite enough damage. Koifa will be able to protect them, make sure he doesn't feed that money to Weehaw, but they have noticed a very juicy stack here. Nigma still hanging around with GH. GH, he's in trouble. The Familiar's on top of him. The Familiars, they're going to take him out.
All right. sticking around a little too long, but this is the way, you know, Nigma, they know they're playing versus Liquid, so they're looking for these stacks. As Miracle tries to get aggro bottom, Liquid, they'll secure their stacks. Per usual. Yeah. Nigma, they really tried to, you know, Liquid, this is the way Liquid plays almost every single game. These two camps are always triple stacked for this team. Yeah,
without a doubt, the team that across the board does the most stacking.
Yep. It's a Han thing. Or was it? It was back then.
Miracle and RMN, with the help of the Thunder Gods Wrath, they get the kill, and also now look to set up on Insania. They know where he is. With that vision grounded by the ultimate, they're closing in upon him. Insania's trying to run with the magic immunity, but they've got the burst to come up after us. Nigma now 7-3. They still have this stack here, Liquid. Boxy's very low.
Koikfa is too. They're way too low. They might just die.
They can't stop Nigma getting quite a few of these creeps here. So after clearing up the medium cap, the large cap, it was, you know, left to sort of Nigma to pick up some of the big creeps at the end of it all.
And it's much easier when I just look at Nigma's draft to make these type of lane rotations and just going back up their teammates. I look at Liquid, it's very tough until they start getting those 6s online, especially for that Phoenix. These heroes just don't rotate and make these type of ganks. They're very stationary in their lanes for the side of Liquid. So Nigma, they're taking advantage of that in GH with this very deep ward. He gets a scan out of Liquid. But he's still looking for Insania. He still finds him.
Does get the fancy edict off in time, protects him a little bit.
And the bird coming.
And maybe they can turn onto GH, yeah, especially with Koikfa here. Birds are out. GH, he'll get punished for poking out Insanias. We're seeing Koikfa not skip out on any opportunity to sort of come back through his jungle and just force GH out of this half of the map.
Yeah, he draws a circle and he's like, yeah, they're going to be playing around here. Probably letting his bottom lane know that they can easily set up kill threats onto Boxy if he does step up too far. Since the reaction from Koikfa has always just been playing around top lane.
Mind control.
He finds him.
It's the humiliation.
Straight up with the combo. Now that Liquid was online. The money for the arcanes, so he can stay strong in this lane and continue with the spam onto Mickey, trying to slow down Morph's early game. Koikfa and Tiger, though, moving over for the bounty rune. They get eyes on GH, but GH, he's out in time. Koikfa won't be able to get a hold on to him.
Oh, Tiger hitting 6 already. Pretty huge. They've been giving him some experience around like the mid lane and getting the kill bottom, but yeah, all the way 6 and GH only level 4.5 now, even though he did have those nice rotations a bit going on for him.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, as you say, Tiger's just spent more time in the lane. As we've seen with GH, he spent a lot of the last few minutes just in Nigma's jungle trying to hunt for pickoffs on Insania, which didn't work out all the times. Mid lane, we are. He's able to bring Tiger down low enough to catch him post-dive with the Thunder Gods. As his game continued to look very solid here with this opening. 3-0-3. I mean, against a lane as well where he could have been killed off, and he does indeed. That's a very, very fast bot, so obviously 3 nulls. So we are, he's going to be incredibly active and also just a very reliable follow-up damage source when Miracle does find chrono opportunities.
Yeah, he can show up a lot of times to wherever GH is or to where the Chronosphere is. GH looking to go for Boxy here, but too tanky. Again, scouting out stacks. He sees these ancient stacks coming out from Liquid. They can't quite catch him. Chronosphere at the ready, and they have the Mortimer Kisses, so a little bit hard for Liquid to fight, even though they have the Phoenix 6. I feel like whenever these two are together in unison, it's just a free kill.
Yeah, I guess one of the pluses for Liquid's lineup around that area in regards to the Ancients stack is that, well, Nigma's heroes, they don't really take Ancients very quickly. So Nigma, they know it's there, but realistically, not really a lot Nigma can do to take it away. Maybe they can use that info to try and find a fight around it when Liquid's going for it, but they're not going to be able to steal that stack from them.
Unless they clear, like, kill absolutely everybody, right?
Sure, yeah, if they had like a huge team fight. As you can see, yeah, Tiger's just going to continue to get these stacks going.
Shot mid.
Oh, they've got the setup.
Oh, there's the kisses.
Ooh. That's a big payday for RMN. He didn't only get the kill, he got both of the familiars with the damage from the kisses. So that was a bonus 200 gold on top of the kill. So that's a lot of money here for RMN.
That is a dream. And I'm seeing a soul ring purchased up from him. I actually just had heard about this. I'm hearing a lot of 5 positions are buying soul rings now in games. I'm curious to see what that's all about here. Because I guess they just don't want to be going for their like arcane boots or anything like that. You just want any cheap source of mana. I was literally just hearing about it like last night and yesterday about how more guys are doing this.
Yeah.
Top. Looking to punch Mickey, looking to slow him down a little bit. Still hard though, Mickey. He has the morph available too. He can think about turning if they try to get too aggressive.
Yeah, I mean the soaring as well is also very nice whenever you do find the shovel, right? Because you care much less about your health management, as you're very likely to have sows to allow you to play aggressive with your HP.
Dire's bottom tower. Don't look good.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting because this is what I'm saying, like tranquil soul ring, so you don't have to worry about it. You see Liquid playing a little bit more of this farming style here, waiting to have this any type of forms of initiation. They have it. Boxy has the blink dagger. Now they can look to be a little bit more active on the map, where right now it's been Nigma kind of dictating the pace of everything. With this blink reveal.
Boxy, T-pin into position, instantly scouted though by GH with the rocket flare. Lays it straight down into the trees so he can see any sort of TP movements, and he spots out the whole thing. And with that in mind, Liquid's not going to be able to make the jump.
They're going to back up and look for a smoke opportunity though. And I'm looking at everybody carrying raindrops. You know, you're playing versus Zeus and all this amount of magic damage from Nigma. That will be valuable, especially on blink initiators. I love raindrops on those blinks, because then you know, you can block the damage and get a blink off sometimes. See, they're forcing the issue here. They have to be a bit careful. Chrono is ready, and we see our men. He's sitting around mid lane too with the kisses.
Liquid there. I mean, they're trying to find something down here, but nobody's over here.
No, and this Void is just, I mean, Miracle's just doing miracle things. We've seen what he's been able to do as this Void several times throughout this tournament here. And he's getting away with this full free farming.
Yep. He's getting all the space.
Yep. And they have a very well-rounded draft with it. Like we said, like so many different elements to throw inside that Chrono. It's not just Miracle this time that's going to be doing all that damage in it.
No, this is not a game where you'll imagine we'll see any Chronos where it's like, where's the damage? They've got all the damage. Zeus, Snapfire, and Lina, obviously the big ones, but that's enough. So one of these heroes is going to be able to help Miracle finish off whoever he catches in the Chronosphere.
Yeah, definitely a pipe game if I've ever seen one for the side of Liquid. Is Quake, but he's going to be that aura rallier for his teammates. Just wondering when they're ever going to be able to actually kick off any fights. They do have great combos coming into on the side of Liquid. The blink call with the egg, a couple different ways to protect it with that. Lots more synergy coming in with Nigma's full draft.
And they will need to protect that egg, of course, considering that on Nigma's side, you've got two heroes that are pretty darn good at taking down the Supernova, the Lina and the Snapfire with the Fiery Souls or the little Shredder. Now, you got to have some pretty perfect positions and protection for the Supernova to get it off successfully.
I'm a bit concerned when I do see Liquid just on the back foot like this. They have a Visage in their draft.
Yeah,
this usually hero. Like this hero he does scale, especially if you hit 15. This is one of your strongest points as the Visage, but I have to be a little bit worried just because I've seen this Void so many times, and they have so many different elements of control and stun for the Morphling for Mickey. Definitely a little concerned if they don't start pressing and at least finding some type of kills on the map to slow down Nigma's just massive amount of farm.
I mean, maybe they can sort of rest on the one thing that we did see the other day. You know, Mickey, he has won pretty unwinnable games as his Morph.
It is true, bottom. The opportunities.
He's going to get the jump in onto Insania. Insania is going to get left behind to the Kisses. Koifa continuing to retreat. They won't be able to catch him. So, Kisses down, and it is just the Oracle.
Yeah, at least they don't lose Koifa. They only get the 5 position there for 3 ults. They still have ults available though, so Liquid, I think they're feeling a little bit afraid to actually make a move here into the Chronosphere.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that shows sort of how relaxed Nigma is you know, we haven't seen a Chronosphere yet this game, have we, from Miracle? He hasn't needed to. They haven't felt the pressure to go hunting for it.
Koifa.
Well, that's a big one. And they get the as well. Just going to take the freebie here. Miracle having no qualms with just dropping the chrono to kill whoever is. I think Nigma knows. I think they feel pretty comfortable in this game right now.
Yeah. Right now, like Liquid, when they respawn, they have to do something. They can't just keep playing this farming passive game. They've got their Spirit Vessel finished on the Phoenix too, and they've got the Blink on the Axe. They have to start making stuff happen. When these ults are on cooldown, they have to find something.
He's in the trees, but couldn't make a Blink in time. Miracle's already out. Yeah, they really have. They've done nothing with this Blink Dagger on the Axe yet.
No.
Like, they've got to make moves with Boxy, otherwise that whole decent Blink Dagger timing it just becomes irrelevant.
Yeah, and this just gives time for all these ults to come back online. Like, they have to force something right now while a couple of them are down. Like, at least just try to force and push the tower here at least for some type of space for Mickey, because the map, it's going to start closing very quickly for him.
Nigma's just able to split up the map and get so much out of it. GH is bottom, Ironman's chilling in the jungle, Mind Control's mid, Miracle's over by the Ancients, and Weehar's pushing top there. You know, this has got to be punished by Liquid. They have to do something with this Axe. Otherwise, you know, Nigma's just going to continue to get that much more out of the map. You know, 18 minutes in, we're seeing 3 to 4K lead. The lead is only going to grow for Nigma unless Liquid makes some plays.
I'm just eyes on Boxy really to try to set up for it as bottom. Another initiation. GH is looking for the play first.
And Quaker, he's in a little bit of trouble. He's going to pop the hood, and he has got the save of Insania. Meanwhile, Miracle, he's able to jump in, bash down Tiger, take him out. GH is going to go for the TP, and he's going to make it away. They've got nothing to cancel the TP. Boxy will manage to kill RMN. So it is a kill. But still, they need more than that, Liquid. They've got to try and turn this into something more.
Unless they really do just feel confident that Mika can just full out carry this game. That's
he did do it the other day.
He has done it before, but I think there's just a lot of elements he has to worry about this game. Like Chronosphere, Lina, even Snapfire. Snapfire's been one of those heroes I feel like just actually handles the Morphin really well. Spot him.
GH.
Liquid's getting aggressive.
There's a lot of back a bit. Boxy tries to get the call onto Bihar, won't quite be able to close the gap. They turn. Boxy stepping in over towards Maestro, gets the call off. GH getting low, gets dunked out by Boxy, but the Laguna Burst comes into play. They've taken out Boxy. Now Mickey, he's got to be careful. He turns into the Void form. He's got the time walk to jump away. Cookie onto Miracle. They're looking to take down some of these familiars, but Quaker is able to get them out. Miracle's got Chrono in 2 seconds.
Back up in 2 seconds.
He's got Chrono. He's going to be able to drop it. Gets the 2 birds. He's in on the target. And with the bashes of the Mask of Madness, that attack speed, he just takes the kill. Couldn't have been back up at a more perfect time there, that Chrono. As soon as it was there, you could you see the way that Quaker was sort of hovering around. I don't think he expected it to be out when it was. And it was there. Miracle dropped the Chrono. His clean game continues. He's 5-0-3 on this Void.
Clean game for pretty much all of Nigma, except for GH's few mistakes that he's made, but he's still doing incredibly well. Look how farmed this Clockwork is. Halfway to an Ags. Zeus has now finished Ags. I feel like the onus is really on Liquid to start getting some type of advantages coming into this game. Or Nigma's they're just playing the farm game, and the farm game just plays so well for them. 17 kills as well.
Yeah.
Liquid has to try to make big moves when any of these ults are on cooldown.
A strange sort of situation for Liquid, because it feels like this. It was like this the other day, right? Where Liquid, they had Boxy and Quaker just falling behind. Their heroes becoming slowly less relevant. Maybe Boxy can find a jump here. The Miracle. He's off to the side. Quaker's going to spawn him with the Familiars. Boxy's going to make the move to jump in onto Mind Control, and he'll burst him down. Takes the kill. But Mickey, he just got shot in the face by RMN.
Oh my god.
He just got scatter blasted straight in the face. He's dead. Boxy's going to die. RMN, he's picking up a triple kill. They look for the egg. Tiger does get it off successfully. He's burning down RMN. Will get the kill on the Snapfire. But now Tiger's going to fall as Miracle chases him down.
That's all it
I mean, Mickey, he was just on the front lines, full agi, and RMN just shot him in the face.
It's not that easy of a Morpho game. That's what we're saying. Like, there's so much different forms of burst damage for Mika if he doesn't play careful, and he did not give respect to that at all. Right into the Nimbus, I believe.
I sort of lost where it was. Yeah, you see waveforms it, and then boom. Scatter blast and Nimbus hit, and he was dead. I mean, you've got to be careful sliding into underneath that Nimbus.
And this is when they're trying to make a move, trying to take advantage of the fact that Chrono was down. Now Nigma, they just go to 2 heroes, and they take a Rosh.
They're getting it unless Quite can get the familiars in time, but he can't. Roshan down, they'll kill off one of the familiars. GH, he's already looking for action. He's got a hook shot at the ready, and he's in. Oh, slides around the familiar, gets in onto Quattro. Mind Control's got the follow control with the light stroke array. They should have the damage here, but okay, Insania's able to get the false promise off in time. Keep him safe. The Glue's being thrown out. Miracle jumps in. They're going to have the damage to pop Quattro as this false promise comes to an end. And Miracle, he's got the control on Insania. Takes out the Oracle. It's 23-8 now. 9k lead for Nigma. That Aegis as well on the Void. It really is looking to go the same way as the losses that we saw from Liquid yesterday.
Yeah, it's really feeling like not a lot of hope. As I think they needed to get the ball rolling a lot earlier here with this Vistage, and with this early Blink Dagger on Boxy, they weren't really able to find too much. It's been them on the back foot this whole game, and yeah, Nigma Void, Miracle Void, looking good again. 6-0 and 8, 14 kill involvement. And they've got all the things to back him up too. Solar Crest finished up on Snapfire. Yeah. Everything just works. It works all so well around this Void pick with their draft and with their itemization.
Yeah, they did get pretty much a perfect Void lineup. Yeah. You know, a lot of the times we obviously have seen Void coming in the drafts as that first pick, first phase, but then you don't tend as a team to normally get this caliber of heroes alongside him, and Nigma did this time. So much to work with that Chrono.
They saw the smoke there.
Dire's middle tower is
trying to get a big wrap around here, but it's an Aegis on Miracle.
Yeah, and Miracle that has his Chronos
thing. Oh my god, and a full MKB after net. Oh my.
And he's level 18. He's got Chrono ready to go. This is an incredibly hard move for Liquid to make. It's going to be shouted out. They put the Thunder God's Wrath. They know they're on the high ground.
They're trying to catch the Zeus and this Lina and the Snapfire, these squishier heroes in the back lines, but now look at GH. He just parks himself between them. He says, go on me, please. It'll just allow Nigma to get a full free initiation, and yeah, Liquid can't go. They can't punish.
And this, I mean, as I said, we've seen it before from Liquid. It was seemingly the strat that they did last series. It was dear Mickey, please can you carry us? Love from Liquid, you know?
Yeah.
And he did, when he played the Morph yesterday, that was the game that they did grab, you know, for the jaws of defeat. It was when he was on his Morph.
Blink's canceled. Boxy. He'll get away. But Insania, goodbye. Oh. Wrench? Oh my god. No, he did. He pushed Miracle out with the GG branch.
All right. Very, very nice.
All right. I mean,
at least able to keep, you know, coming out with these cute plays, flashy stuff when they're down. It's Miracle. He's going to step over across Tiger. Tiger is able to dodge. The hook shot. Chrono's going to be dropped down. Quattro pushed to the side. Mickey's going to come in and look towards Mind Control. They will be able to take down Lina. Mind Control goes down. Mickey turning into the Snapfire. Cookies over onto RMN. Miracle's trying to bash down Mickey, but the false promise comes out from Insania. They keep Mickey alive. Miracle turns over towards Quattro instead. Can he find the last few hits? He can't. Quattro's going to live. Boxy's in with the call. They've got the Supernova prepared. Is this going to be timed perfectly with the respawn? Oh, not quite. Miracle's able to time walk out to the side. Now backups here. Boxy. Miracle going to start charging him. First hit bash. Stops Boxy in his tracks. Now Miracle's over for more. As Insania Quattro and Tiger have to back up to the high ground. G's got the hook shot back up. Closes in. Pushes Insania back into the hands of Miracle.
Burning.
Miracle do manage to get GH. So Liquid finding some kills out of all of that, but still not able to kill Miracle beyond that Aegis.
No, and it's not really Mickey who gets any of these kills or any of these big things to boost him up. He actually has to run away afterwards and doesn't actually get any of that gold or any of that experience from those kills that they did end up getting from the buyback of Taiga. So Miracle, he just gets this massive growth here from the fight, but Mickey does not. And yeah, it needs to all go to Mickey. He needs all the gold in the world to try to carry this game. Did some nice plays there, as you know, pretty expected as for us now as we watch Mickey play Morphling so nicely with his Morph, just jumping in between the Snapfire and using all his spells. But it's just not enough at this point. They're just too far behind. And just such an overwhelming amount of damage really coming out from Nigma with this draft. Just everyone is just numbers, really.
Schmidt, like one of the familiars. Oh, that's a 3-man call. That's a big one. He's in on top of We Are. Is he going to get dunked? He gets the chance to get the Thunder Goes map out. Mind Control turns with the burst onto Insania, but Insania will live. The control, GHC traps them all. Boxy and Tiger caught on the high ground. The Kiss is continuing to rain down onto Quite for Miracle. He's in. The Familiar's down. A disarm from Insania slows Miracle down temporarily from hitting into Quitefa, but the disarm comes to an end, and so does Quitefa's life. Now Nigma look towards Insania, as this time the GG branch won't save him. Lose for Liquid. I mean, it was a great call from Boxy, but I feel like we kind of needed that call to happen earlier. About 20 minutes ago. Well, maybe not 20, but 50, you know, a long time before now. As now, it's just they're just too far behind, and even a brilliant call like that, it's just not going to cut it.
They're just too farmed at this point, really. Like, you see GH, he has the Aghanim, so he just double hook shots the targets afterwards. Weehaw dies, but everybody else turns up in full force. And now Chrono's back at the ready.
Oh yeah, I mean, Nigma might even stick around to just fight again. Chrono. See how aggressive they want to plot here. They're keeping on this melee racks. Boxy's coming in with a call, but an instant dodge by Miracle. Cookie in. Find the space to keep hitting the racks here, Miracle. As he really isn't scared of much that Liquid can throw at him right now.
He's got the Satanic coming with the courier. Full Satanic, X and Y, MKB, 28 minutes. This is an absolutely unstoppable Void. Now that Berserker's call, you know, that nice 3.2 second duration, no longer. Versus all juicy status resist. As, yeah, it feels so impossible for Liquid. They're gonna have to have some dream call from Boxy under a supernova to try to take this in any way at this deficit.
Yeah, it's just been another rough game for them. Yeah. I mean, yesterday was a rough day for Liquid. The performances did feel rather lackluster, and in this game one, it's not looking like much has changed overnight.
No, it really was that period right where Boxy got the blink for like 5 minutes. It felt like they were playing very passive on the map, and it was Nigma just running at them and just forcing these mistakes. Got the ball rolling for them, and now, yeah, like we said, with this humongous advantage, they're just gonna push in. They don't even need the agents.
He's not died yet this game, so you know, no reason to believe that he would.
Yep.
Off the back of this
medallion, buff him up. 34 armor.
12-0-10. I think, you know, for a lot of teams, it has, you know, been a carry that you don't let them have. I think, you know, Nigma had to kind of be the team that's the top priority to ban that Void, and Boxy's going to try and jump this, but I mean, there isn't any backup. And Boxy's dead. Tiger, they'll get the dive out, but the Chrono's there catching the two of them on the high ground. They're going to be able to walk over, take down Tiger, take down Insania. Mickey will manage to at least turn it into Weehaw and use the power of the Zeus against him. Mickey heading over to join the rest of the team. Miracle and GH trying to push Mickey off to the side. Cookie forward, they've got the stun. Boxy, he bought back for this. Miracle chasing him down. Boxy will get the call off, but the damage from this Void is just too much. He dies to the right clicks of mind control. Quite from Mickey, the last two left standing as Miracle. He's just chasing them down, diving them back up to the high ground.
Monster, the time dilation now. Uh-oh.
And Mickey, he's got no way out of this. There's another one for Miracle. He's just pounding up the KDA right now. 15-0-12, 15-0-13. In they go, hook shot and a jump forward. They'll get even more. As this game, I mean, this is over. This is absolutely over. 37-14, 23k lead.
Items. He's bullying. GH is paying at him. GH is like, don't be like that. Come on, man. Let's do this. These are our friends. That's GG.
There we go. I mean, wow. Nigma. They made this one look pretty easy. You know, the way that they played, I guess it just didn't leave any opportunities for Liquid to ever make the moves that they hoped for with this, you know, this axe, right? Boxy, he gets the blink. Nothing really happened.